Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. And this week on the Magic Roundabout, we've got two Corgi Toys Ford Escorts 55s bands. Now I'm doing this as a special. This is for a friend of the channel who reached out to me and asked if I'd do these two. I don't normally do commissions, but this is for a special. Paul, his name is, and he volunteers at a museum in Merseyside. And the name of the museum is the Northwest Museum of Road Transport in St Helens, Merseyside. That's a museum of transport. And he asked me if I'd kindly do these two Escorts for him because he volunteers at the museum. And I said, yeah, it'd be nice. Put these in a museum. I've never had any of my work in a museum, so it's something different. And I said, of course I can. So we'll discuss the colours when I get them off the roundabout. Okay, so that's the Northwest Museum of Road Transport in St Helens, Merseyside. So if you're ever up that way, go and have a look. You might see these in a cabinet. That'd be cool. Okay, I'd like to welcome any new friends of the channel. Welcome aboard. Welcome back all the old friends of the channel. Thanks very much. Okay, my arm's getting tired now. I'm holding this camera up. So let's get it off the Magic, get it on the bench, and have a look at them. Here we are on the bench. Let's have a wee discussion about these. Yeah. So we've got these two to do. I had something picked out for this month. Well, I have got something else as well picked out, but that can go on the back burner for a little while. I don't mind about that. I'd rather do this because this is something different, and quite excited about this actually. Hopefully it turns out all right. Mind you, I've got a couple of spares of these, so if I do bugger it up, I've got to never go at it. So yeah, they are in pretty good condition. So like I said before, the Northwest Museum of Road Transport, St Helens, Merseyside. So now he's requested the colours for these. These are the colours he suggested and wanted, shall I say, was a Ford Champagne Gold Metallic. So here we go. Ford Champagne Gold Metallic. Here's metallic. Okay. It says it on the bottom, Metallica. So that's going to be for one of them. And I would say what I'm going to do, I'll do this one in the Champagne Gold because it's got the browny beige interior. So that will go with that one. And that's got the opening doors. This one hasn't. This one, you want it in the light metallic blue, this is like the nearest I could get to the Escort blue that they used back then. Okay, this is a metallic. This is a Metropolis blue, but it's near enough to the Ford Escort blue that they used. Okay, so there's the two blues, and that's going to go. That's going to go with that one. And that's going to go with that one. That's got the black interior. All right, so we've got the paint. Two brand new tins. We've got the vehicles. Yeah, one's got opening doors and one hasn't. Apart from that, they're all complete. Wheels are in good condition, which is handy. They've not had all the wispy bits on them. The glass is good. Lights are in, everything's okay. Nothing's broken on that one. This one's the same. Wheels are good. Yeah, glass is good. Yeah, could do that. This one could do it a bit more sanding. It's got a few. I hope you've gone on a call out. Yeah, these are very, very typical of like Ford Transit doors. They don't ever bloody fit very well. I'm not a great lover of these doors on the back of here, but yeah, they're always a bit tricky the way they fit. They don't have a top hinge on here, you see. if you look, that they don't have a top hinge. It's all at the bottom. So you have to operate these really from the bottom. Hence they get pushed in like that. Look. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do about that. All I can do with that one is bend that top corner out. Yeah, bend it out so it sits better. Base wise, 2 rivets on this one. And there's 3 on that one. These look like they're very small, so I might have to cut down on my drill size for them. But yeah, plastic bases, so be careful we drill these out. As you know, plastic bases. I've got to fill the holes in here. Fill those 2. That one hasn't got holes in there. So they've got the challenges. So I'm going to get the tools out and we'll get sorted. I'm only going to do one on camera. I will show you. What should we do? Which one should we do on camera? We'll do this one. We'll do this one and I'll show you about filling the hole there then. Yeah, we'll do this one because it hasn't got a muck about with the doors. But I will show you. If you haven't done one of these, I think a lot of people have done these anyway. It just the pins in there, that's all. Just in this, sits in this bumper hole here, sorry. Sits in this bumper hole here. Yeah. I just got this camera needs to be in different, because I keep sort of lifting it up like that and it goes out of shot. All right, I think we're about right there. Okay, stop waffling. Get on with it. Okay, that's our bases drilled. Now, with plastic bases, you have to be very careful that you don't overrun and damage the plastic, because if you make that hole bigger, then when you put your rivet or your screw in, you might have to put a washer behind it. So be very careful. Slow speed, slow and steady. That one and this one here, I did go off slightly there, but that's because that big curve's in there. What drill bits I used: flatten the heads off with the file. I use this one, this curved one, because I can get in flat with it. Found that somewhere, don't know where I found it, but they found that one. And I use a number 4 drill bit to start off with, just to gain it, because sometimes the rivet, the post, when it's been peened over, some are larger. The mushroom's larger, it covers a larger area when it's peened over. Depends how the machine's fixed. So I usually start off with that just to see how we get on. And if it needs a bit more, the maximum, this is number 5, this is 5mm, which is what I used on this blue one, because it was a little bit, the rivets were a little bit, but you have to go really careful, because if you go too far with this 5, you'll make, like I said, a plastic hole bigger. Then you're going to end up putting a washer behind your screw. This one here, I managed to get away with 5. With this one, I had to do a 4 with that one, and I do a 5 with that one. So I get these in a set of 3. I think this is a 6. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6. I find that, you know, any bigger than that, then, because you buy them a pack of 3, good quality ones these are, and then I go into something really big and beefy, which is very rare that I use this size. Okay, so that's 4, 5, and 6. Handy to have. Okay, that being said, let's get on with this. So then be careful when you lever it up, because it's plastic. Get right in there and ease it up. If it's going to be really tight, get your drill back in there and just drill a bit more away, or get a file and just do something. Or if you've got a multi-purpose tool or a Dremel, you can burr it, but be careful that you don't chew any of this plastic. So then you get in there with your screwdriver and just gently find a purchase point which is as near to the head as possible. If you're going too far away from it, you'll liable to bend it and crack it. So try and get your screwdriver as near to the head like that as possible, and pop it off. Okay. That one I haven't done yet, so it's a bit tight. So get it as close as you can to there, and find that the purchase point. You see it's a bit tight. We might be able to get it. There you go, got it. And the front come off anyway. So that's this one. Purple upside down, nothing special about that. So we'll clean this up. The wheels are in good condition, the hubs are in good condition. We'll just tidy it all up, that one. So that'll go in that tub. Now the bumper obviously is connected in there where the base plate's on. So you can just slide that straight out there. Interior, you just pull out, there you go. And that's your two pieces like that. So that's pretty good. They just want a wash over. I'll put a few details in there before it goes back together again. You'll see me do that later. Not a bad interior actually, considering. Sam, you can't see much through the window. So that's that. That's the front bumper. And then you've got a separate piece, a chrome piece here for your lights there, look. Okay. But we'll have a look so we can polish these lights up rather than, because if you look closely there, the lights, they're pretty good. If I don't have to clean that paint off and get away with it, should be okay. Let's see if I can get these off. I think they just lift off. Yeah, I've done one before, but I can't remember. It was a while ago. There you go. Just come out like that. Yeah, so I get a bit of polish on there and I polish it up. Might touch it with a Molotov just a little bit, but I don't see the point of taking the paint off something that's perfectly good. So that's okay. There's your bumper. That wants a bit of cleaning up because if you see the edge here, there, that's where it's gone a little bit flat. So there's a bit of work on that side. That side's not so bad. So there's a bit of work to be done there. Window unit just drops out. There you go. That's that one. We'll drill in there. These are very narrow posts there, so we'll see. I don't know whether to drill or screw. I think even with a rivet it's going to be, I took a really small rivet, so I might end up screwing those there and paint the bottoms of them. You can see where the part of the sign's been. There's a plug there. There's plugs missing, so that's going to want to get rid of, isn't it, at some point. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. So that one's ready for painting. The back bumper is cast in, so that's okay. So that's ready for stripping. I'll quickly do this one. We'll be on 6 minutes. That same format. Careful with your prise. That should just come out. There you go. Same thing. These aren't too bad. These ones again. Wheels are good. Just want to clean up and a touch up. Bumpers are all right. Yeah, we're on a bonus at the minute. Same again, pull that out with the chrome lights. There you go. We'll keep them separate. This bumper's in good condition. It's not flattened anywhere along there, so that's cool. Interior on this one, same thing. There and there. We'll get the window out for a minute. There's the window unit. Right, the back doors now. Here we go, have a look. You can see, if I open that door, you can see there, the mechanism there, is there, just there, look. There's a steel bar going across there with that on it. There's not much to that at all. There you go. I can't remember how I got these out before now. There is a way of getting these out. If you get that little bar there, over that lip there, lift it slightly, you should, looking at it, be able to pull that. Keep banging the camera. Get them out of there. Without having to take this off. Says he. You would have thought you would have got that by now, wouldn't you? It's not fucking happening, is it? That's out of there. There you go. You got to pull them out. They push right in there. So to get that back in, once it's painted, you can push that under there like that, and then push it in like so. Yeah. So pull it out, and lift it like that. See if we can do that one. So it's pull it out, maybe. Maybe not. They're a bit tight in there. That's up, so that should come straight out. She's a tight one. Well, let me just play about getting that one. You saw me get that one out. It pulls out, so it's basically the same thing, just this one's a bit tight. And I'll be hours on the camera doing this otherwise. Yeah, just quickly, got that other door out. It was tight in there, and I didn't want to snap anything, so what I did was I got my screwdriver with the door closed like that, and I tapped it on that side there, and it knocked it straight out. Because what it is, as you can see that there, that round piece there, that fits in there, in that curve there, and that spring holds it down. And it was a bit tight getting that out. That one came out all right, but that one didn't, so it had to be knocked from this side. Bang, it came out. I might have to look, see how we get on once it's painted. I will make sure all the paint is off this area here, and there's no paint on this inside area here. Give it a better chance to go back together. So there are, we are both stripped, ready for caustic soda. Now I'm not sure how the caustic soda is going to work on these, because they're the newer ones with the newer paint on it, so we'll just have to see. If not, we'll resort to the paint stripper gel. Okay, I've drilled out these two for screws. I'm just going to drill this one out now. Just going to put a little drop of oil in there. Like so, my little oil can. This is a 1.5 millimeter drill. Okay, put the oil in because this is a bit soft, and it'll chew it up and it'll block up your drill. So I've got a bit of a pilot hole going already, so we just gently drill it in. And then again, pull it out, clean the crap off, put it back in. I think we're near enough there. That's a tad more. That ought to do it. It's a bit awkward because I'm stretching my arms. I normally have it closer in to my chest than this. Right now, this is a 2mm tap. This is a tapered tap. This one, I've had this for a while now, and I was very lucky that I was sent a new tap earlier on in the year, so that's good. Now these screws I'm using are M2 by 4, and they're tiny, you'll see in a minute. There, M2 by 4. Okay, so then a little bit of oil, because you don't want to snap your tap off in there, that's for sure. So just a smidge. That's more than a smidge, isn't it? But it doesn't matter, because I have caustic soda on it and clear oil off anyway. And just gently get it going. I usually go in a few turns and pull it out. Give it a bit of a clean. Find the starting point again and go back in. If it's feeling tight, really tight, then back it out. Yeah, there's no need to rush this stage, because if you rush it and break your tap, you wish you hadn't rushed it. So get it in, keep it going. I'm using a pin vise. This is a pin vise. So we've got a bit more. We just keep dragging it out. Clean it, put it back in. That should be enough. We'll soon see. There's a reason I'm doing this, screwing this one, is because when it goes to the museum, and if at any point they need to change or want to change the livery or anything like that, then it can be easily done. There you go, that's in. Okay, so and I'll put the other two screws in there, and we should be ready for the paint stripping. There we go. Says he. Trying to get that in there. I don't. You idiot. The reason I ain't done that in there because I haven't put the thread in yet. Or have I? No, I haven't. Right, I'm going to get on thread these next two, and then we'll get it stripped. All right, let's see if we can get the caustic soda on this then. So we've got your boiling water. Pour that in. Try and fill it best you can. I've got something else over here I want to fill. There you go. Get your caustic. This is crystals. Hopefully, there we go. Got the extractor fan on. I've put a little bit extra in there because it's that yellow and I'm not sure it's going to be able to take it or not. So we have a first look. It's fizzing away. So it's going to be doing something. Yeah. It might take a while. But that's how it works anyway. I've got the extractor fan in there so it blows all the dangerous gases out, so that's okay. Let's give it a quick rub, see if anything's happening. Well, let's get the decals off it anyway, if anything else. Generally, this yellow and that, and some reds and oranges are a bit of a pain, so I might have to leave that in there for a while to get all that paint off. And if it's not successful, then I'll put it in some paint stripper, some gel. Normally it's pretty good. There you go. And it's pretty tough casting that, so it will take it. I might have to pour some more water later on and just put it a bit more in there, but we'll give it time to brew up. This is our little Escort van out of the stripper. I'll give it a quick wire brush over it to start off with. If the video appears to be a bit longer than normal, it's because hopefully when this goes to the museum, the guys who run the museum or the department where this is going to go might want to have a look at the video to see how it's being done. So that's one of the reasons why I'm sort of doing a few bits and pieces extra. But yeah, this is out. Now, when it's in this stage, I like to look to see if there's any casting lines. And there's only two, really. One here. There. And the other one I've got rid of, which was there, just here. Okay. Now, to get rid of those, I use the files. This is a triangular file. Or an edge file, or whatever you want to call it. So we get rid of those. And then we go along all the rain gutters. And try and get them as straight as we can. Any other imperfections that can be got out with a file, we go around and check them. Go around all the windows here, make sure they're reasonably smooth. Yeah, generally have a good look at it. These lights here, really these lights, even though there's a step up, step down, step up, step down in the original one-to-one, they're all one flat piece. But this is what it is here, so we've got to deal with that. We'll be all right. Okie dokie then. Yeah, so what I do, basically get in there, and I don't know if you can see this, but I just gently file away that there. You just leave a mark still underneath. It's quite deep in the casting, but you're getting rid of the raised part of the casting. That's the main thing. That's what you're after doing. Getting rid of the raised part. Hopefully your primer and that will probably fill this in. Anyway, what's left? So just basically getting rid of it. Smile it up a little bit. You don't need to press too hard because you don't want to deform the post. As your rain gutter comes down, I have checked that it comes down like that on this front window, on this front door. It's always nice to get an image up. I use Google Images a lot, very handy. You can just check where lines are supposed to be and where lines aren't supposed to be, especially if you don't know the vehicle. So it's handy. Now we get to a different file. This is a softer file, not as harsh. So that's how we do it. Go from a different angle. There you go. You get some rough sandpaper, something like 240 or something like that. All this takes time. All this takes time, but it does pay dividends in the end. And with your sandpaper, you can fold it nice and tight, and you can get in like down these edges and around there. I think that will probably be all right there now. Time I primed it, I'll have a look again when it's primed and see what we can do. Maybe need to do a bit more. We'll see. It's always best when you primed it, you can see your imperfections. See what's going on. Yeah. Sometimes there's some pitting and chunks out of this rain gutter and you can't always get them out. But the best thing is to file them as flat as you can, so it doesn't look too in your face. Right, then when I've done all that, I get my wire brush on here and I give it a quick demo on it. And go over it. Polish up a little bit. Right, so that's basically what we're doing, and then we come to the primer stage. We'll we'll clean this with methylated spirits, or you can use isopropyl alcohol if you want, or you can use panel wipes, whatever, just get rid of all the grease off it. Then prime it and let that stand overnight or a few hours, depending on what heat source you've got. And then we'll come back and then we can flatten it down with a bit of wet and dry. See how we go. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and then we'll get some primer on it. Here we are then. These are both out to paint. This one, the British Gas one, is a better quality casting than that AA one, guarantee you that. Yeah, nice and smooth, this one. Didn't need a lot of work on that one. This one though, what a mess. You can still see remnants of where it was. It's just like not blended in. They're all smooth now. I've smoothed them all off now, but look at all this all around here where it's not been blended in. It's flowed. I've got some filler in places here, but it's a lot of work on this casting. Absolutely atrocious. This side wasn't that bad. It was more around here, as you can see there and there, all around there. It's like it was, as you can see the pattern, it's like it wasn't cast properly or whatever. And that's smooth now. There's a little bit more to do just there. Feel it on my finger, but I'll do that when I've primed it. I need to have a look, see how we're going. We're priming a lot of this down here. It was all along there. You can just see a bit under that handle, all the way along there. Now what I've got these on here for, when I do my filling of holes, I always put the tape on the outside and I fill from the inside there, because then you get a smoother finish on the top. Yeah, that's in my opinion anyway. So they're on there, so they're dry now. I won't touch them now till tomorrow. Okay, so those two are ready to go. Like I said, I've washed all the parts of these, and I'm not going to mess with them wheels. Look, they're nice and shiny, nice and clean, and the tyres are in pretty good shape. I've done a bit of polish on that windscreen, wants a bit more. The other one's the same. A quick look at this one. See, the wheels are in really good condition. So I'm not going to start messing with them, because chances are it'll spoil them. So that saves me a job. And the interiors will come up nice and clean after a good wash. So yeah, we're all good to go. Okay, this is our Escort van, one of them. This is going to be done in the Ford Champagne Gold Metallic. As always, I like to give it a coat on the inside just to check everything's working okay. Spray's coming out alright. Right, then we give it on a light coat on the outside. That's our first coat. We'll let that go off a little bit before we go any further. Okay then, here we go with our two Escort vans. We do this one first. Excuse the red paint on the fingers. This is the Champagne Gold Metallic. Come out nice. I'll just push the doors back in. They do work. They're because they don't hinge at the top, they're a bit as your father. But yeah, they both work. I don't need to mess about with them. But the screws are in there ready to come out. So yeah, it's got to paint the details on this now. That one. This is the light metallic blue. The lightest I could get it in a metallic anyway. It's a bit dusty because it's been sat here. Yeah, this one's alright. This has got the fixed doors on that one. So I've got details to paint on this one. On this one, I've got to paint the back quarter bumper there in black. The Ford badge I do in the blue. The handles were black. The back lights to do. Door handles are black. Indicators to put in. Yeah. So that'll be quite nice. That's them both done. The windows are cleaned up. This one is the worst one. It's got some hairline cracks in it. There. But the one I've got a replacement one. I've got another Escort van, but it's got worse cracks than this one. So it'll have to be this one. It's been sanded, polished, and put in the clear. That's been done. So really, just got to put some details on. So we'll start with this blue one. We'll do the back bumper. As always, I'm not going to spend all the time doing it, because this bumper needs doing. It needs time to dry. So we'll do this back bumper first. Right around there to there. So I've got some black silk here. So we're gonna give it a go with that. This black silk. I'm a bit far. Let me come out a little bit to be out of shot. That's it. So as always, going over a gloss coat. It's probably going to want 2 coats, but should be fine. Normally on these vans, the 1-to-1, this is in a bit of a state. It's back bumper because it's like a tin type of thing, and it gets hammered and bent and bashed about with use. People getting in and out of doors, standing on it and stuff like that. I'll give these a going over. I'm using the Revel Aqua. There we go. Around there. And myself and a couple of the lads are off to the NEC on Sunday. So if anybody's going and they spot me, give us a shout. We'll have a chat. Say hello or something. If you want, that is. Well, that down there is a bit easy to follow all the time. Yeah? Okay. Okay, right, all right. Yeah, apologies about that. That's my missus just shouting through the door that poor old dog who died. We've got to the ashes have just turned up at the vet, so she's shouting to let me know. So that's not going to be a good rest of the day, is it really? So I'm going to call this short now. I'm going to just finish painting his bumper and I'm going to go. My missus is upset. Right, well that's the format. We'll get back to this in a minute. I've got to go. Here we are then. All the details are painted. We've got the one that's light blue over there done. Show you what details we've done. Obviously you've got the big indicators. Black door handles, which they would have on a boot. We've done the configuration of the lights, indicators, 2 red, then the reversing light and another red underneath. Done a blue badge, that's a bit of clear Tamiya. Number plates AOK 100 and 101 on the other one. Scored that in. The doors are fitting alright, but like most things, once they're in and out a couple of times, just don't want to stretch them too far. And don't forget, these haven't got top hinges, so they don't. It's a bit rubbish design really without a top hinge. They're just pinned on the bottom here. Well, not even pinned, they're slide along this rail. But anyway, fuel cap on this one, because this one is a later version, not as good casting. This one I had a lot of trouble with this casting, and it didn't have a fuel filler cap, didn't have the writing on the back. So you know, this was a cheaper version, I think, in my opinion anyway. So anyway, let's get together again. Oh, I'll put the window wipers on there, and on the front bumper we've got your badge, your number plate and stuff like that, and there's your lights. So let's get this bad girl together. First off, drop in. I didn't do too much, well, I didn't do any details on the dashboards on these, because in all honesty, if you look at any Mark III's, most of the dashboards are like a grey, a lighter grey and a darker grey underneath there, and I couldn't really get my head round doing that. So I thought, well, rather than muck it up completely, I'll leave it, and I'll try it on an old one I've got and see what I can come up with. But in all honesty, it was better off. I didn't want to ruin it, because it'll be a shame if I ruined it. All right, so we'll get that in there. It'll be right if we got the glass in first, won't it? Silly Billy. Silly boy. Drop the glass in. Drop that in. Put that in over there. Now with your lights, obviously, make sure you got that the right way round. And they clip in behind the back there. Like so. Instead of the right way around, because you've got a thick bit at the bottom, a thin bit at the top. And they'll slide in like so. And this one's only got 2 screws, but the other one had 3. Hopefully, there you go, it's got it. Set one down. Make sure that's right down. 8 screws. There. And there you go. There's your doors on. Like I said, these are like the Ford Transit doors. They're rubbish, really. But yeah, there we go. And we're rolling. We're rolling. Got the front on. Yeah, all right. So there's your two. There's your two. I'm going to get them on the magic roundabout now. Well, first of all, before I do that, before they go on the magic, they've got to have a coat of wax, haven't they? You've got to wax them out. Try bending down and getting it. They've got to have a coat of wax. You've seen me do this before, but I'll just... Let's do that one first. That one's been drying long enough. So it should be okay. I'll do this once I've got my... That's a bit of rag. I'll stick a bit on there because you're going to want a bit on there because it's a big van, isn't it? We'll give it large all over that. Down there. Down the sides. Nice colour this. Don't really want to get it on the windows. Units. Can help it. All down there. A bit on there. These cotton buds of rubbish I got here, they can fall apart, but they'll do the job. They'll do the job. Alright, there you go. There. Yeah, that's good enough. They don't take long to haze off this stuff. And I get my polish, waxing polish, and away we go. I think it brings it up nice. Just gives it an extra touch. Just brings out the shine. There you go. Give it an overall wipe over. Oop. There it is. Shame about the window unit in this one, to be honest with you. It's slightly cracked. But I think, there you go. That's your first one. I'm going to get and do this one, and then we'll get it on a magic. This is what we started with. 2 Corgi toys, Ford Escort 55s. There you go, the 2 of them. So have a look, see what we did with them, see if you like it. Have a look at these. Here we are then. Here's our 2 Escort Mark 3s vans. There you go. That's what we got. I think it looked quite nice. We've got the light. Oh, it's on the move, that one. Light metallic blue. And the Ford champagne gold metallic. There you go. Yeah, them back doors on that van aren't great. Like I say, they're very similar to the transit van doors. They never shut right, never fit right. But anyway, I think a lot of the colours are nice. We've done some added details. The door locks, the door handles. Got the light configuration on the back. Correct. We've put the window wipers on. The badges on the front grille and the back door. Filler cap on this one. Yeah. So like I said right at the beginning of the video, this is for the Museum of Transport, Merseyside. pop in, have a look. If you're up that way, it's a long way for me to go, but yeah, pop in and have a look. Sounds like an interesting place. Can't beat a good museum. But they've got some nice displays. I'll have to get somebody to send me some pictures on this one. So, okay, these will be going off in a few days. I need to let the paint harden off before I package them up, because you never know, you know, with bubble wrap and tissue, if it's paint's not hardened totally, it will damage them. So, a few days, Paul, and then I'll get them in the post to you, mate. Okay. Well, look forward to your comments on this one. See what you think, and let me know if you've been to that museum or not. I'll be interested to know what it's like. So if you've been to the Museum of Transport in Merseyside, please let me know. Okay. Thanks very much, and thanks, Paul, for the opportunity for me to do these for that. I appreciate it. Okay, so whatever you're doing, be happy. Hopefully you'll be lucky. And we'll see you all again. What's next week? Oh yeah, next week I'll see you all again. I think it's the Diecast and Modelers Community NETV Challenge. The TV or film vehicle challenge next week. I've got it all pegged out. So see you next week. Bye for now.